Yeah, me again. Emergency, how you doing? Look, I'm not in a good place right now. It's June 8th, 2020. It's 11:41 at night. I haven't been in a good place all day. And I haven't been in a good place in my mind all day long. Even at night. It's been sleeping like crazy today. And I know the depression kicked in. Yesterday I had planned on getting over to the store to get me some groceries that I still need, and I haven't got off my dead ass to get them. That's not good for me. It's like part of me almost gave up on living today. Or just plain living. It scares the hell out of me. My subconscious is trying to kill me at this point over here. I'm really in fucking trouble. But what pisses me off is when I don't even understand what's going on with me at all. Except the pain that I keep experiencing all the damn time, and then the triggers that put me into a catastrophic fit where I'm crying my eyeballs out and everything else is whirlwind. I don't even understand what's going on. My brain is shut down, and everything's coming out of my pores. Everything's coming out of my tear ducts. It's like my heart just leaped out of my chest, and it's squeezed to death. And no, it's not a heart attack. No, this was PTSD of the worst kind I've ever had. There was a movie that Bruce Dern starred in called Silent Run. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, I think, somewhere in that time. He played a botanist on board a interstellar cargo ship that kept alive the last of Earth's greenery. And Earth was getting into a point where even their cargo ships are going to be used for hauling more stuff than green, and they have to get rid of them. So the only way to get rid of them is blow the shit out of them. Bruce Dern kills his crew, has 3 robots he befriends and helps out and reprograms. And by the time that they find his ass, nearly at the end of the solar system, or just about, he blows himself off with one of the remaining robots, and then the last remaining robot he had is on board a pod that actually has the last of the Earth greenery, samples of everything. The robot's got to take care of everything. Joan Baez was singing a song in there, and the music was so poignant that I couldn't stand watching the film any longer. Trying to locate the title of that song because it ripped me apart when I saw the movie, and kept seeing it on television every so often that I really could not function. I really could not think straight. I rejoiced in the sun. Rejoiced in the sun was it. It's on YouTube. No, I am not putting any links on it. There's no way in hell I'm going to get the links for that damn thing. I can't even stand dealing with it. It is that powerful. It tore me apart when I was a young kid. It tore me apart when I was a teenager and an adult. And I was an old fart, even worse. After losing my family, all my emotional barriers are broken. All my mental barriers are shattered. So, I'm experiencing a hell of a lot of triggers from one way or another way, and it puts me in an emotional state that I can't function. And in a mental state that I can barely understand. I know the pain and the loss of my grief from my family is such to a point where I'm not living. I'm existing. I don't know if I was existing back then, but I called it living. And look at myself right now. I feel like I'm existing and not living. Because I still have no idea what the hell living is in the first place. Except I know that I'm crying a hell of a lot more. I'm more emotional. I'm more... People will probably call it more human. I thought it was. I thought it was human. The hell, I was terrified of doctors. Still am. And barely got help for myself. After Maud died, I had to get some psychological help just to help me out for almost 5 years. Dealing with the anniversary of Ma's death. And I rarely had psychological services in my youth. I mean, the first time I actually talked to a damn shrink was right after a workers' comp thing, and the shrink was only there for 6 sessions, and that's about it. Not enough. Just enough to get you through the workers' comp situation, just to get your confidence built up so you can go out there and kill yourself again at the job. I was in my early 20s. What the hell would I know? I didn't know a damn thing about it. But I had job stress, I had job burnout, and I had worked with my mother for a short time. Get my confidence back up so I can get back out there and get work. And I enjoyed it afterwards. And even though I kept losing jobs left and right on some occasions, I didn't go out there looking for psychological handouts or anything else like that, because I kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going because that was expected of me. Johnny had to be on. Johnny had to do this. Johnny had to do this. Johnny had to do this. Johnny, 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 you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. There was no chance for me, Johnny, just to take a break because we had bills to pay, we had rent to pay, we had food to get. Push, 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 push. I was off here. I lost one job back in '05, working at a call center. Stress took me out. I was a handful for this company. It took me out. I almost took them out. But the company was also getting rid of people left and right, so mutual taking out right there, wasn't it? I was angry at them, angry at myself, angry period. Frustrated. And I kept looking for work and I couldn't find work. Moved out there to Antelope Valley to exist. During that time, I was still working my ass off when I lost the job. Living out here in '05. This was '06. Yeah, '06. Lost the job. Moved out from one place to another place to another place. Oh, shit. Finally ended up getting into another company. That's about 5 years until I get tire dropped on me, and then everything else went bug out. A reassessment of everything in my life. A complete reassessment, mental and physical. I had one particular back doctor in Beverly Hills. Said, "Oh, you should be fine unless you convince yourself that you're not fine." I said, "Doc, I'm not fine. I know that. You're looking at the physical. I'm looking at the mental trauma at this point over here. I'm not fine." In fact, I wasn't fine. I damn near died and nobody gave a shit. How's that for an indelible mark on your ass? And nobody got me any psychological services, but give them pain pills. I couldn't stand taking those damn pills. I said, hell with it, I'll take the Tylenol for the damn back pain. But when it comes down for everything else, concerning about the emotional, concerning about the mental health, I need a shrink. Couldn't get a shrink. So I signed up with another medical plan. And then start to work my way to trusting a shrink. And it took me 5 years to trust someone. And then insurance changed. Things changed. I switched locations. Because I was seeing a shrink, I was trying to help me through the death of my mother. I was close to her. It was just me and my brother all were left. My pillar of strength I kept depending upon. And he dies years later. As far as when you get to be real close to him, you care you like crazy. You take care of things that no one else should. And when he passed away, it's like everything of me changed. And it still terrifies me to this day. It still hurts like hell. I keep using the analogy of taking out your beating heart and putting it into a Cuisinart, and you feel every damn pain of it. You feel everything. And that's the grief, that's the pain, that's the loss, that's the agony, that's the fear, the anger, confusion, everything rolled up into it. And it still hurts. It still hurts. I'm emotional. I'm emotionally compromised. Some people may think I'm more human than I thought. I thought I already was human. I was trying to be Johnny on the spot. I was trying to be a pillar of strength of somewhat, emulating my mother and my brother when they were still alive, trying to give them support as they were giving me support. And now they're no longer here, and I'm jellyfish. I'm a blob of jelly. I've got no spine. I've got no backbone. Oh, it's not the physical, it's emotional and mental baggage, the spiritual thing. That's what hurts the hell. That's what hurts the most. I get on these grief forums on Facebook, trying to get relief somehow, and they ended up keep opening up the same damn wounds left and right. I can't look at myself in the mirror. Sometimes I can't even look at myself in the camera right now. Because I don't like it, I don't accept what the hell I am. I don't know who the hell I am. I turned out to be a crazy person afterwards, I know that. I already know I was a mad collector a long time ago. I had to get rid of the stuff and tried to be content with that stuff. I mean, I collected books, records, God knows what else. Sci-fi fanatic since a young kid. But I had to accept that, you know, there were things, and whatever had things I had left, just be content with that until I got on Social Security, and then all hell broke loose. Back pay comes in and like, yay, let's go crazy. What the hell am I doing? What am I doing? I'm getting these fucking trinkets that don't even matter for shit. I get books. I used to like reading books a lot. I used to like reading a library I had. I built it up book by book throughout the years. I had over 100 books, and then I had my family's books. We had about 300 books. Big, small, magazines, hardcovers. I'd sell them off. Survival. Keep a few remnants just in case. I still have those remnants. Just in case. Someone said 54 is not old. Look at me, I'm an old fart and laughed in my face on Facebook. I haven't walked in my shoes. I haven't walked where I walked. I haven't been where I've been. I don't know where they've been. I can't judge them on that, but I feel like they've judged me on me. I come across this one posting on Facebook. Someone's trying to say something about acceptance, that you have to accept who and what you are. Then I do a little bit of research trying to find out the source of the damn thing. I come across this other asshole says, Minds of Steel, a guy named Janisik. I don't know what the fuck this asshole is. He doesn't like to be a writer, he doesn't like to be an author, he doesn't like to be a psychologist, he doesn't like the titles. I'm like, then what the fuck are you? A moron? If you're going to be a psychologist, maybe you had a doctorate or two in there to say something about it. If you're a writer and author, okay, big fucking deal. You wrote a book and you got it published. You got a bestseller list on the New York Times list. I don't give a shit. And he writes something the opposite of you must accept, but he says you don't have to accept. And at first I thought this guy was a royal asshole. I looked at him and I'm like, he's an asshole. I started writing in the grief column concerning about what happened. And I'm emulating what the hell he just wrote in some of his stuff. I'm like, this asshole is actually talking sense sometimes. I can't accept what happened to me. I can't accept who and what I am because I don't know who and what I am. I don't know anything. I have no clue. I'm trying to understand what's happening to me, and I have no clue. I know physically, I'm morbidly obese. I'm a gray-haired, long-haired, freaky-looking dude. I've got a lot of health issues I have to deal with, and a lot of mental health issues. But that's it. Whatever the fuck the rest of me is, I don't know. How the hell am I supposed to tell people who and what the hell I am? Because I don't sure as hell know. I'm having a hard time trying to accept me as me. Because I don't know who the hell I am. And if I can't accept me as I am right now, then I'm really fucked. I'm not pulling back on the language. I'm pulling back on the language back then, and I'm not pulling back on the language right now. Part of the old behavior. I guess when you're grief-struck, you're supposed to change everything. Yeah, well, everything did change in my life. And I still don't understand it. I'm still grieving, and a lot of people say it'll never stop because I've had it for years. Usual expression saying time heals all wounds. Not all of them. Not all of them. Because the problem here is these wounds are still too damn fresh. And they're bleeding all over the place. And I have felt at times I wanted to kill myself. Yeah, I said it. Suicide. Just to escape the pain. And the thing is, I understand where they're coming from. I try to sound the opposite at this point over here because things to live for, things to do. Trying to make the pretense that there's a life worth living. And I'm still clinging onto the damn past of what was. It's not there. It faded into a history, into a deep memory that no longer exists. And I'm stuck with what I am, and I can't accept me as I am. I can't accept any of it. I'm having a hard time accepting that I have ashes of my brother and my mother and my dogs up here. I have pictures of my family on the wall, black and white, old pictures ripped, but still taped up. I have pictures on my computers. I have pictures on the phone. Constant reminders of who these people were in my life. They were here for a long while, and then poof, they're gone. How the hell am I supposed to accept that reality? But I'm supposed to accept the reality. I'm supposed to accept all that damn pain. The grief. Well, my uncles and aunts started dying off at my young age. Yeah, the pain was still there, and I had to move on. I had to move on. I was told to move on. I was told to move on. Get back your head in school. Get your head back in life. You had to bust your ass. You had to work. How the hell did my mother deal with Grandma's death? It's probably the same way I'm trying to deal with it right now. A constant day-by-day struggle. The only thing is I didn't see her cry as much. But she held it back. She held it back for me and my brother. There was no way she was going to show that to both of us. There was no way. We knew she missed her mother. We knew she missed her family, her sisters. And when she heard her favorite niece died, it's like everything stripped away and she just stopped living. She shut down. That's what scares the hell out of me. That's what frightens the hell out of me is I'm gonna shut down too. I've already lost a lot of people I cared about, including the extended family I thought they cared about me. And I never heard once from them. And I wondered what did I do to piss them off. The Reed family. What did I do to piss them off? Their mother was a beautiful woman, inside and out. Mary Dolores Buttress Reeve. Her sons are like my brothers. We met them in '76 when my mother had to get to the hospital to see her children who got mangled in a car accident because got stupid in a car. Ruined the family's vehicle. She had no way to get to the hospital, and Dee helped her out. And that was a year of a beautiful friendship that just started in 1976 all the way through. Until the day she died about a year after Ma died. After that, everything else became a blur. Actually, maybe about 2 or 3 years afterwards. But they never kept in contact with us after she died. They disappeared. Never to be seen again. Never to be heard again. And I loved them a great deal. I loved their mother a great deal. She was like a second mother. And I cried and I grieved. But when Ma died, I grieved. And what am I? And those David died. Everything of me shut down. Everything of me shut down, and any friend I've had, I barely associated with. And it's hard to talk to them back then. It's hard to talk to anybody about it. Other people have their own families to deal with. They have other people. They have support. I've got nobody. That's the bitch about it. I've got nobody to cry on a shoulder. maybe I understand the suiciders more and more at this point over here because they feel they're alone. I am alone. We have acquaintances over here. I thought maybe they're family friends. Maybe they could be friends. Maybe they could be family. But it seems like I don't have a constant support or feeling from them. It could be just me as well. Pushing people away because I still hurt, and I don't want to be hurt even worse than I already am. I might as well be alone and just be a miserable son of a bitch. Get buried with your own junk and just die with it all and just not give a hoot at anything. Got a dog that depends upon me, and I depend upon her, and that's it. And after that, I made a commitment to my family that I would try to continue on with a education, trying to get my college diploma. I made that promise with my brother before he died. He's seen how I bust my ass this time. A long time ago when I came out of high school, I didn't. I didn't have my heart into it. Sure as hell didn't have my head. But I went because Ma wanted me to go. But I didn't have, said before, I didn't care. I didn't care. 2.5 years later, given an ultimatum of either homeless or work your ass full time. I chose work my ass full time. I regretted not passing school. I regretted not going through college and getting a degree. For 30 years I kicked my ass on that one because I didn't give a shit about it. And I looked how important the damn thing was. Because at the time when I was growing up, it was important to have a college degree. These days, I see people with college degrees working at Walmart because their jobs that they've gone to school for evaporated. Even the jobs at Walmart were evaporating a little bit. And for the ones that actually have diplomas, got blown with the wind. But I know what it's like to be on that emotional roller coaster. I don't know what it's like to be on that damn thing. Because I'd rather not be on the damn thing. It scares me too much. And tearing myself apart over it really doesn't help. I don't know what to do about it. All I know is in a few minutes, actually in a few days, I'll be going over to the doctor's office and try to get some help. The thing is, I'll be afraid of they'll be putting me back on medications of sorts. It's great. Medications don't help. Alleviate your blood, elevate or do something about your blood levels so you can feel better. The addiction part, I don't want to do. Being totally dependent on pills just for your elevation of blood levels, your blood pressure. I can understand it from a medical point of view, but I've seen all these damn drugs on the television. I've heard about the side effects. I don't want them. I don't want to die from any of it. I want to live, damn it. I can't be the person I used to be a long time ago. I used to be organized. Now I don't know what the hell I am anymore. But what I am right now is one screwed up human being who's constantly fighting for survival. That's who and what I am. I don't know what else. I really don't. So when it comes down for acceptance, I don't accept it, but I'm going to have to. They say I'm a work in progress. I'm a disaster, so I'm still trying to pick up the pieces of the rubble so I can get something rebuilt. I don't know what the fuck I am anymore. Father say it'll be something new. That's what scares me. I was used to the damn old construction. I'm not quite sure about the new construction. It's like playing with Lego when you're a lot younger. You had ideas generally in the back of your head. You had an instinct, but you never knew what the hell you were building until you built the damn thing and you're looking at it saying, was this what I wanted? Seriously, was this the thing I wanted in the first place? Tear the damn thing apart, rebuild the whole thing all over again, modify it. Did that too many times in my life. It was fun. It was fun playing with Lego. Because then I could reimagine what the hell I was. I don't have time for Lego. And that's a shame right there. But I can't make time for Lego. I truly lost something of myself. I look at myself as a shell, full of memories of old. I'm not quite sure if I can make a new thing out of me anymore. But the thing is, I don't want to kill myself either. I know the things I need to do for myself. You know, eat's one thing, and go to the bathroom's the other thing. And try to get groceries. The other harder things is trying to keep rent and bills paid. A dog taken care of. All of the basics. And then you get the promise. And I don't think I'd be looking myself in the better eyes if I actually did not do my promise. Because it means I didn't give a shit. I'd rather give a shit. I'd rather give a damn. I know I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. It goes without saying. It goes without saying. I just don't know how to talk to people on who and what I am anymore. Because some days I really don't know. You know, it scares the hell out of me. I used to know who the hell I was. I used to say I used to know what I was, or doing what I was. Just be a dreamer, a writer, a wannabe author. Really wanted to be a published author. I wanted to write books like Asimov and Bradbury. My heroes, Roddenberry too. I just don't know anymore. But I'm trying.